Wren and I were in the music room at lunch. She was playing me a rough cut of a new song on her phone. I had one earbud in. She had one earbud in. We were sharing the audio like two halves of a secret, which is exactly what we were. And I did not notice that the music room door was open a crack. And I definitely did not notice Brooke Mitchell standing on the other side of it with her phone out. Brooke was looking for the bathroom, she says. I do not believe her, because Brooke does not go anywhere without a reason, and the bathroom is on the other side of the building. But whatever. She was there, and she heard enough. She heard me say, "Wren, this is incredible. This might be your best song yet." She heard Wren say, "I still need to mix it before I upload it to the LunaVerse account tonight." And she heard the song playing through Wren's phone speaker when the earbud fell out and the audio went live for approximately 4 seconds. 4 seconds! That is all it took. Brooke walked into the music room the next day while Wren was alone. She sat down across from her and said, "So, you are LunaVerse?" Wren went white. Like paper white. Like concerning for her health white. Brooke said, "I heard you and Ava yesterday, and I recorded it. I have the audio of you saying the LunaVerse account on my phone right now." She pulled out her phone and played it. Wren's voice, clear as day. "Upload it to the LunaVerse account tonight." Brooke smiled, the kind of smile that should come with a warning label. She said, "Here is what is going to happen. You are going to make me your opening act. You are going to announce me on the LunaVerse page as your protege. You are going to help me blow up. Or I post this recording, tag the school, and let everyone know that the girl they've been obsessing over is eating granola bars by the trash can." Wren did not speak. She could not. Her anxiety had her by the throat. Brooke said, "You have 48 hours. Think about it. But not too hard, because I have already drafted the post." She walked out. Wren called me from the bathroom floor 20 minutes later. She was having a panic attack. Her voice was shaking so bad I could barely understand her. She kept saying, "It is over. It is over. She is going to ruin everything." I drove to school in my mom's car that I technically do not have permission to drive. I ran through the hallway. I found Wren on the floor of the bathroom stall with her hood pulled so far over her face she looked like a scared turtle. I sat on the gross bathroom flame next to her. I held her hand, and I said she is not going to ruin anything, because we are going to ruin her plan first. Wren said, "How?" I said, "I do not know yet, but I have 48 hours to figure it out. And I once wrote an entire history essay in 45 minutes, so I work well under pressure." She almost laughed. Almost. That was enough. I spent the next 24 hours coming up with plans. Most of them were terrible. Plan A. We hack Brooke's phone and delete the recording. Problem? Neither of us knows how to hack anything. I once forgot my own phone password and had to ask my mom for help. We are not hackers. Plan B. We deny everything. That was a joke, Brooke. We were kidding. Problem? The audio is pretty clear. And also, Wren is the worst liar in human history. She once tried to lie about eating the last slice of pizza in the music room and turned so red that I thought she was having an allergic reaction. Plan C. We tell a teacher. Problem? Brooke has not technically done anything illegal, and also snitching in high school is a life sentence. Plan D. Wren came up with Plan D. She texted me at 2 in the morning. The text said, "What if I just tell everyone myself?" I stared at my phone. I typed, "Are you serious?" and then just called her. She picked up and said, "I have been thinking about it all night. Brooke has power over me because it is a secret. If it is not a secret anymore, she has nothing." She was right. The blackmail only works if there is something to blackmail with. Take away the secret, and you take away the weapon. The next morning at 6 a.m., Wren set up her phone on her desk, pressed record, and looked into the camera. She was wearing the gray hoodie, her hair was messy, her eyes were puffy from not sleeping. She looked exactly like what she was, a scared teenager about to do the bravest thing she has ever done. She said, "Hi, my name is Wren. I am 16 years old. I go to Jefferson High in Portland, Oregon, and I am LunaVerse." She paused. She took a breath. She kept going. "I have 12 million followers, and none of them know what I look like. I have been anonymous since I was 13 because I have social anxiety, and the idea of people watching me makes me feel like I am drowning. But I am tired of drowning alone. So this is my face. This is my bedroom. This is the cheap microphone I recorded my first song on. And this is me telling you that the girl behind the music is not mysterious or glamorous or untouchable. She eats granola bars by the trash can at lunch, and she is afraid of being seen. But she is done being afraid." She pressed upload. The video went live at 6:22 a.m. By 7 a.m., it had 200,000 views. By 8 a.m., it had 1.4 million. By the time Wren walked into school at 8:15, it had been shared 47,000 times, and every single person in that building had seen it. She walked to the front doors of Jefferson High, and the hallway went silent. 300 students, dead quiet, every single one of them staring at the girl in the gray hoodie who had walked past them 1,000 times without being noticed. Wren kept walking, head down, hands shaking, but walking. And I was right beside her. Brooke was standing by her locker. She had seen the video. Her face looked like someone had told her Christmas was canceled. She had spent 48 hours drafting a blackmail post, and Wren made it worthless in 60 seconds. The look on Brooke's face, I wish I could frame it. I would hang it in a museum. I would charge people admission. It was art. Let me tell you what happens when the quietest girl in school becomes the most famous person in the building overnight. Some people are wonderful. A girl from my math class named Dina walked up to Wren before first period and said, "Your song, Glass Ceiling, got me through my parents' divorce. I just wanted to say thank you, in person." And then she walked away. No selfie request, no drama, just thank you. That was beautiful. A group of freshmen made a sign that said, "Wren is LunaVerse and we are not worthy," and hung it in the cafeteria. It was up for 11 minutes before a teacher took it down. Legends. Brooke tried to flip the narrative, obviously. She started telling people that she was the one who helped Wren find the courage to come forward, and that they were actually really close. Girl, you literally blackmailed her 2 days ago. The audacity has its own zip code at this point. Assembly Day, Friday, 9 a.m. 600 students, 40 teachers, the entire school crammed into the auditorium for what they thought was going to be a normal end-of-semester assembly, with announcements about the winter dance and a reminder about parking lot rules. They had no idea. Backstage, Wren was sitting on a folding chair with her hands between her knees trying to breathe. She was wearing the gray hoodie, the same one she wears every day. I told her she could wear something else. She said, "No, this is who I am. If I walk out there pretending to be someone else, what was the point of any of this?" Respect. I said, "How are you feeling?" She said, "Like I am going to die." I said, "You are not going to die." She said, "How do you know?" I said, "Because if you die on that stage, I am going to bring you back and kill you myself for wasting this outfit I wore to support you." She laughed, that tiny, quiet laugh, and for 1 second the panic left her eyes. Principal Davis walked on stage and said, "Before we get to announcements, we have a very special performance from one of our students." The audience murmured. Someone in the back yelled, "Is it LunaVerse?" And 300 people laughed. Yes, it is, and you are going to lose your minds. Wren stood up. She pulled her hood down for the first time in 3 years inside this building. She picked up a microphone, and she walked onto that stage. The auditorium went dead quiet. furious quiet. The recognition quiet. The kind of quiet where 600 brains all process the same information at the same time and nobody can move. The girl in the gray hoodie. The girl from the back row. The girl who eats granola bars by the trash can. That girl is standing on the stage with a microphone. I was in the front row. I held up a sign I had made at 3 a.m. with markers and glitter that said, "You got this," with a drawing of a granola bar next to it, because I am supportive and hilarious. Wren looked at me. I held the sign higher. She smiled. Then she turned to the audience and said, "Hi, I am Wren. Most of you do not know who I am. Some of you figured it out this week. For those who did not, I am LunaVerse, and I have been too scared to tell you for 3 years. But I am not scared anymore." She closed her eyes. The backing track started playing through the speakers, and she opened her mouth. And I am going to tell you something. I have heard Wren sing through earbuds, through phone speakers, through the wall of the music room when she thought nobody was listening. But hearing her sing live, into a microphone, standing 5 feet away from me with her eyes closed and her hands wrapped around that mic like it was the only thing keeping her on the ground,
The girl in the glass, the one they said would never last. I'm stepping into my own light. After years of fading into night, I'm learning to love every flaw.
it was like hearing her for the first time. She sang Glass Ceiling, the song that Mrs. Okafor taught in English class, the song that everyone in this room has heard 100 times. But they had never heard it like this. Because this time they could see the person behind it. They could see her shaking hands. They could see the tears that she was fighting back. They could see the gray hoodie and the messy hair and the scared 16-year-old girl who had spent 3 years hiding behind a screen name. After the assembly, Wren found me in the hallway. She was still shaking. Her face was red and wet from crying, and she looked like she had just run a marathon. She said, "I did it." I said, "You did it." She said, "My knee almost gave out." I said, "I know. I saw it wobble. I was ready to catch you." She said, "I know you were." That is friendship. That is the real kind. The Wren and Ava kind.